So, hello and welcome to this new Warfacec news video. This time, first of all, I'm gonna talk about the buffs and nerfs. Well, I don't even know if there are nerfs, but I think there are some nerfs, but I'll just begin with the buffs. So, first of all, we've got the Desert Tech MDRC. This beautiful SMG is gonna get an increased hand damage multiplier, and the spread when aiming in a jump is reduced. So when you jump and just spray with the Desert Tech, the spread is gonna be reduced. Yeah, you know what I mean. The VHS2, this one has actually got quite some interesting ones. At least that one thing is kind of interesting and kind of stupid at the same time, in my opinion. You will have a reduced recoil and a scatter when using a grenade launcher, when using the special VHS2 grenade launcher, which is kind of stupid in my opinion, because the grenade launcher is stupid and you shouldn't use it. And the recoil has become softer and it got an increased hand damage multiplier. Now moving on to the HCAR. This one got a simplified recoil and increased limb damage multiplier. I don't really know what they want to increase there, since the HCAR has already got a 2.0 body multiplier, and as far as I know, a 2.2 limbs multiplier, means a 2.2 multiplier on the legs and 2.2 on the arms. Moving on to the Saiga HGC custom, which is actually nice that they buff these kind of vendor weapons a little, like VHS2, Saiga HGS, Mini Uzi. I've played with it a bit time ago, and that's actually the buff I'm most happy about. But let's go with the Saiga HGC first. It got a simplified recoil and the scatter has been reduced. And the Warfacec Origin 12 will be buffed again. It got buffed with the last update already, I think. It will have 620 damage from the next update on, and reduced dispersion in aiming mode. The Saiga Spike will also be buffed. It will have higher damage, just a little bit higher, 115. It was 110 before, and the scatter in aiming mode is reduced, except for tackles and jump. Well, tackles mean when you slide, and jumps when you jump. So when you're aiming and standing still, well, then the scatter is going to be reduced. But let's go on to the Marlin. This one has also got the same thing. No, not the same thing. It got scatter in the jumping aiming mode is reduced. Yeah, by the way, I'm sorry if it doesn't quite sound English sometimes. I'm just reading the Google translations on the Russian website. Maybe it would be smarter to just write down correct translations, but I think you're fine with that, and as long as you understand everything, I think it's fine. So the Marlin got reduced. Well, it just says scatter in the jumping aiming mode is reduced. Yeah, okay. So when you jump and zoom in, the scatter is gonna be reduced. And now to my favorite buff, the Mini Uzi. This one got a reduced damage drop in distance. The scatter has been reduced. Increased store capacity. I'll just say magazine capacity. Oh my god, I'm too stupid to say that word. Well, the magazine can now hold up to 35 rounds, and before there were only 30 rounds in the magazine. And it got increased total ammunition up to 210, before it was 180. And it got an increased foot damage multiplier, which is kinda nice actually, that they are buffing the foot damage multiplier. But they should also buff the arms damage multiplier on the Mini Uzi, in my opinion. But let's see, maybe next update. And the SR2 Heather will also get a buff. This lovely gun will get a 65 damage, before the update was 63. It will get an increased store capacity up to 32. before the update it was 30, and increased ammunition up to 192, before it was 180, and increased limb damage multipliers, and the recoil has become softer. And now the Heckler & Koch MP5A5 Custom, which is also a vendor weapon, and I really appreciate that buff. The damage has been increased to 77, before the update it was 75. Well, the update is not out yet, but you know what I mean. And increased limb damage multiplier. The Micro Ronnie will also get buffed again. Well, I'll just call it Macaroni SMG, but you can also call it Micro Ronnie if you want. So, the Macaroni SMG got an increased fire rate, or, well, the fire rate will be increased by 20, it will now have a fire rate of 770. And the recoil will be reduced when using a handle with a laser target. Ah, yeah, when you use that special laser grip, the recoil will become softer. And, well, buffing the Macaroni SMG again, I don't really know if that's actually necessary, because in my opinion it's actually already pretty strong. And the SICK MPX SBR Custom, that's actually pretty strong SMG, burst SMG, will get a reduced dispersion in aiming mode. And the Remington R11 RSASS. Oh my god, I hate these kind of names. Well, the minimum damage will be increased. And now to the last few buffs, the Punisher weapons, or on the Europe server they are just called Cyborg weapons, I think. So the XM8 LMG Cyborg weapon, I'll just call it Cyborg, got an increased store capacity up to 150 and increased ammunition. The PP Bison, the Cyborg version of the PP Bison, will have 96 bullets now in the magazine and 480 bullets in total. The Tavor Star 21 will get 30 bullets in the magazine and 180 bullets totally. I mean, you can carry up to 180 bullets. And finally, the Cyborg 57 will get 30 bullets in the magazine and 180 in total. And that was it with the buffs already. Finally, I'm done with that. And the next news is gonna be a new pay-to-win weapon. Yay! Haven't we already got enough? Well, with the last update we got 3 new pay-to-win weapons. Well, only one of these has been in the shop yet, but anyways, we'll get a new melee weapon, the Gerber Tomahawk, which is gonna be available in a golden version and in a normal version. And I don't really know a lot about the stats yet, but well, okay, I just found something. The Gerber Tomahawk axe has an increased radius of destruction and increased damage, and an additional attack with the right mouse button will allow eliminating the enemy in the corundum body armor with one hit. Means it's probably gonna be as strong as the tactical axe or katana. Well, and that's actually it with this whole video already. I really hope you enjoyed, and I really hope it is not too long or too boring, but there were just a lot of numbers, a lot of buffs of these of all these weapons. But okay, as usual, I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, of course, smash that like button, and please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content. And that was it for the video. Thanks a lot for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.